Hi guys. It is Tuesday night, March 7th. Happy birthday, Sandy. It's Tuesday, March 7th. Hello, Maureen. Good to see you. So I'm here, live, 7 o'clock. Go figure. Almost right about on time. All right, so I got something. Oh, let me start. Rewind. My name is Betty Scotia. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and the team leader for the Power of Positive Inking. I am here most Tuesday nights, usually at 7-ish. If you're watching live in my Facebook group, if you're interested in being part of the Facebook group and you're not yet, just get in touch with me and we'll see what we can do. You may be watching the replay of this over on YouTube. In which case, welcome, welcome. All right, hello, Jackie. Okay, so I've got a pretty basic card layout to show you tonight with a brand new stamp set that I just got my hands on, like just came in yesterday. It was brand new to me, not all that necessarily brand new. Anyway, let me flip you down and we'll talk. Hello, Chris. All right, let me see if I can. Okay, sorry about that. That was dicey. Okay, that was my ceiling. Here is my info. And I am ready to get going. Okay, so I'm going to show you the card layout first, and then I'm going to make a different version of the same card so I can show you the whole thing, how I made it. So here is another sample. I'm not actually making this exact card tonight, but I wanted to show you this because I am featuring this set, which is the Rain or Shine collection, which comes with stamps and paper and dies and accessories and an embossing folder. You can get the whole thing soon. Not quite yet because some of it sold out, but on March 12th, I believe, was the date that I was given, which would be next Sunday. So maybe Sunday, Monday, you'll be able to get these supplies again if you are so interested. But if you are whether or not you are local, I am holding a class at the end of this month, but you do need to register by the 10th if you want to come to the class or if you want supplies sent to you, because I need to get everything ready for you. And we're going to make 8 cards. None of them are this, but now that you've seen this, it might give you an idea of something else that you can do with your extra supplies that you'll have from the class. So if you're interested in the class, let me know. It's $35. We'll be making 8 cards, and you get about $20 worth of supplies to continue to create with this set. Okay, so yeah, that's that. I'll get back to this and show you some highlights of this when I'm all done. But this is basically the card that we're making tonight. All right, but we are not using that stamp set. We are using Shamrock Milkshake. So I just got this. I know you're probably asking, what took you so long? I don't know. I love this stamp set because it's got milkshakes and ice cream. What could be better? Really. All right, so let me show you where you can find this in your catalog. So if you have this catalog, I call it the purple catalog, but it's really called the January to April 2023 mini catalog by Stampin' Up. You can find this on page 12. So it comes with a stamp set. It's kind of right around the Valentine section. Yeah, right around the Valentine section. But don't let that throw you off. There are hearts in there, but it's only because we love milkshakes and ice cream. And there are some words that say, "Be my Valentine." But you can use this for so many other things. In fact, I would say most people probably use it for things other than Valentine's Day. So the Share the Milkshake stamp set is only $19. And there are matching or coordinating dies. You can make you can make waffle cones. Look at that. You can make waffle cones. All right, so this bundle is $44. And I would absolutely get the bundle because there's some really good stuff in with the dies. Okay, so let me get started on the card that we're making tonight. Okay, so my kids are a little bit obsessed with Shamrock Shakes. Oh my goodness, I forgot my paper. Hang on. Oh, got it. Okay, so my kids are obsessed with Shamrock Shakes. And just the other day I was talking with one of them and she pointed out it's Shamrock Shake season. So I decided I'm going to make them a Shamrock Shake card. This was the inspiration for this card here. So you'll have to, if Shamrock Shakes are not your thing, you can think about, you can do this in a lot of different colors. Because Shamrock Shakes are not everybody's thing. I get that. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is start with my cardstock. Let me get this out of the way. I'm going to start with my base card, which is 11 inches by 4 1/4. So this is a half a sheet of cardstock cut hot dog style. That means long and thin as opposed to short and squat. Okay, so I am going to score this at 4 1/2 inches. I'm using my scoring blade, not my cutting blade. This is an essential part of this card here. We have all done that. We have all cut where we meant to score. But it's only paper. It's only paper. Okay. So I scored it at 4 1/2 and 5 1/2. And that is it. That was easy, right? Okay. Now, you are then going to cut some designer series paper. So the paper that I have chosen is this little collection of paper called Country Gingham. And it comes, let me see if I can find I got a lot of scraps. I've been using it for a lot of things. But it comes in Balmy Blue, Mint Macaron. Shockingly, not my favorite color. But maybe that's not shocking. Shocking that I'm using, that is the basis for this card. Balmy Blue, Mint Macaron, Sweet Sorbet, and Petal Pink. So there's lots of different kinds of plaids that come in all of these 4 colors. So you can do a lot with these. If you go back, I've done a couple of videos with like springy cards and baby cards. And tonight I'm doing a shamrock card with that. All right, that can be found, if you're looking for that, that can be found on page, if I'm not mistaken. Nope, I am, in fact, mistaken. That can be found in your mini catalog, also known as the purple catalog on page 9. So that can be found right here. It's 6 by 6 paper. This is the pack of paper I'm talking about. And it's 6 by 6 paper. For $12, you get 48 sheets of it. Okay, so that is what I'm using for this card. I'm going to reinforce my score lines here so you can see what I've done. And then this will open like this. So this is basically a square, this part right here. It's also called a book binder fold for this card because it kind of opens like a book, like it's bound here and then opens like that. So that's another name for this kind of fold. So you need to cut your paper at 4 inches by 5 1/4. Excuse me, 4. I've got like messy paper underneath. I didn't want to show you that. Okay, 4 inches by 4 1/4 inches. So that's your one layer that's basically going to go here. And then this strip over here, you're going to cut a piece that is 4 inches by 3/4 of an inch. And that's going to go right like that there. So let me see if I can zoom in a little bit for you there. Okay. Because I want to pop it just a little bit more, I'm adding a layer underneath it of basic cardstock. So I'm using Mint Macaron, the what's going on? There we go. Okay. Just the Mint Macaron cardstock. So I'm going to put this on here. And then I'm using a different plaid, but from the same collection here. And another piece of Mint Macaron underneath. So this piece that is underneath is going to be 1/8 of an inch larger. I know what you're thinking. what's with the 1/8 of an inch. You would be right, because if you've watched me before, you know I hate 1/8 of inches, but they make a big difference on some cards. You just want a little bit of that color peeking through. So this is 4 1/8 inches by, let's figure this out, 4 3/8 of an inch. That's the piece that's underneath. And this one here is going to be 4 1/8 inches by 7/8 of an inch. So that will give you just a little bit there. Now I want to show you something. This is kind of minor, but it's really bugging me, so I'm going to show you. Can you see this frayed edge over here? Yes, yes you can. That is because I need to change my blade on my paper cutter, and I'm just lazy and I haven't done it. But let me show you a tip. If you get a frayed edge like that, you just want to take a like a nail buffer and just go right down on the edge, and I'll show you the difference that made. Now it's a nice clean edge. So this should be something you have in your crafting storage place, crafting room. Wherever you craft, that's what you... Oh, no. I'm out of tape. That's okay. I've always got green glue available. Okay. So let me stick this right along the binding part. It's going to go right there. And then this piece is going to go on the main part of the card. Okay. Easy. Oh! Does not look right. I fear that I cut this wrong. But all the same, I'm just going to go with it for the moment. Because it fits well enough, it's going to be on there. Okay, I'm not going to do this yet because we'll get to that at the end of the card. So I'm not going to bind this yet here. But here's the front of my card. Okay, let's get to the good stuff. Okay, so this is going to be the stamp set itself. So the images that I'm using are going to be this one here, the shake, and then the kind of detailed, funky part of the shake. So what I want to do is I'm going to do this part dark. So I want this to be my darkest image and this to be a lighter image of the same color. So I am using my Mint Macaron ink pad, and I'm going to start with my dark image first. And I'm going to ink this up. All right. Ooh, let me put a pad underneath. So this is a photopolymer stamp set, which means that I can see through it. So it's got a lot of benefits because you can see through it. But one of the drawbacks to it is it doesn't really have the squish factor that a red rubber set has. So to counteract that, I'm using my paper piercing mat. If you don't have one of these, you can always use like a mouse pad, something like that will work perfect for this. Okay, so now I got a nice image in my Mint Macaron. Now I'm going to take my full shake image. Okay, I was unconnected for a minute, but I'm back. Okay, I'm going to take my full image here, but I'm going to decaf it. That means I'm going to stamp off, and then I'm going to stamp back on here. So I'm going to get a lighter version of the same color. Hi, Barbara. Good to see you. All right. So now you have two versions of the same color. You have a lighter and a darker image of the same color. And it's got this kind of, I think it's kind of a funky, like a old-time diner type look to it. Kind of a retro look. That's what I think anyway. Okay, so that is my shake itself. And then for my the stuff bubbling over the top of the shake, I'm going to use this stamp here. I'm going to use it full strength. So I get a nice dark one. And then I'm going to stamp it again so I get a nice light one in the background. All right, now One last thing I need to stamp here, and that is my straw. So there's 2 images that come with this for your straw. One is solid and one is kind of stripy. I'm pretending this is just stripy and white. And I'm just going to put that right along here. Whoops. That was not great. There we go. Much better. There we go. All right, so let me show you that there are dies that coordinate with this. So this die here is going to cut out the whole thing. And then this guy here is going to cut out both of these. And then there's this little die here, which is going to cut out the straw. And through the magic of television, these things are already cut out. So let me pull in my parts and show you what I've got here. Actually, to be honest, I did too. Because I decided for this card, I actually needed 2 shakes. Or I think I'm going to need 2 shakes. You can tell me. Barbara is saying that I'm frozen. I'm hoping I'm still not frozen. I was a second ago. It told me my connection was not good, and now it said it's okay. So hopefully this is coming through. So somebody can let me know if that is in fact the case. Okay, so I wanted to show you. It's easier probably to show you with this light one here. But can you see this right here? It's got this little automatic cut right there, which allows some greatness to happen because there's actually a spoon die. So picture this. I just got this, so I haven't played with it a whole lot, so I can't show you all my samples yet. But you could put a spoon right into the top of your milkshake like that. Oh, good, I'm not frozen anymore. Good. Okay, so that is already cut right out of here. Or there's a cherry that comes with, there's so many things you could put in there. You could put a straw, a cherry, or a spoon into the top of your, like, foaming over, you know, think like, what do you call them? Root beer float type thing. Root beer float. Oh, that might be a card I make for me. Okay, so let me put all of these aside and pull in my card. All right. Oh, nope. Let me stop first. I want to put a greeting on this card. I do have my shakes, right? But I definitely want a greeting on the card. So I am going to use this die cut that comes in this collection here. And it's called Stitched So Sweetly Dies. Now, I have no insider information, but I can tell you that this has been around for a couple of years, and generally things are not around that long with Stampin' Up. They like to change things up often, so I'm not saying for sure. I really don't have any insider information, but if you like this, I would definitely put it on your wish list now. A new catalog will come out in May. And so the beginning of, or the very end of March, we will know what's being retired. And as soon as things are retired, they tend to go quickly. So if this is something you like, I would definitely put it on your list now. It's called Stitched So Sweetly Dies, and you can use it for a ton of things. This is definitely paid for itself for me. Okay, so I'm going to use this little scallop image there. And I'm going to pull in this stamp set. So speaking of things that I don't know how long they're going to be around, this is called Biggest Wish. I love this set. It is definitely one to have on hand for you. I'm a big fan of saving old word sets anyway, so this is one that I definitely wouldn't get rid of. Plus, I love the fonts down at the bottom. Hello and friend and happy and birthday and thanks. I like them all, but I really like these two. And there's a lot of fun things that you can do with this. And if you're not a fan of writing a lot on a card, this is definitely a good set to have in your stash because the words are really big. All right, so I'm going to use happy, and then I'm going to use birthday. But it's not a birthday card, so let me show you what I'm going to do. Okay, so I've got happy on a block, and I've got birthday on a block. Anytime you use, you're probably wondering, why are they red or pink? Neon. Anytime you use anything that's kind of got a red dye to it, so be it red or like a blackberry bliss, anything that's got a lot of red in it, it will permanently stain your photopolymer. which is handy because then it's harder to lose it. But all you have to do is clean it and it's good to go. So I'm using this on my, I'm using it in the mint macaron, and it's not going to be a problem at all. You're not going to see any red with it. Okay, so I'm going to stamp this image, this happy image. I'm going to put up towards the top. I do want to warn you about something. Can you see all of that ink I got on there? It's because this block is significantly larger than the stamp. So the closer your stamp size is to your block, the less chance you're going to have of getting that ink everywhere. But if you notice it ahead of time, clean it off, because at some point it's going to get on something else, be it your pad that you're stamping on, or your hand, or your card. Is going to get somewhere and you're not going to be happy. Okay, so I'm going to stamp happy right here. I'm using the pad again underneath because this too is a photopolymer stamp. So that looks good. And now I want just the day part of birthday. Now there's a couple of different ways, or many different ways you can do this, but the way that I'm going to do it today is that I'm going to take the birth part of this, and I'm just going to put a Post-it note on it. Okay, so it's going to start, you can see, I think, what we'll stamp there. Okay, now I'm going to stamp this in my ink pad. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit and show you. I am going to stamp this in my ink pad. And then I'm going to get rid, this is the important part, get rid of your Post-it note. And now just the day part of it should be ready to be inked up here. Or ready to stamp. La. Okay, there you go. That is one way to get not all of your words on your stamp, or not the whole word on your stamp if you want to do it. There's a few other different ways you can do it, but that's a really quick way to do it. Just be sure to remove your Post-it, because you don't want that. Okay, I'm going to put this image, I don't know what you call these little things. They're kind of like little starry plus signs. They come in the Biggest Wish set, and I'm going to just decaf these as well and put them randomly. Don't worry about that. If you're worried about that little piece that's missing, don't worry, because probably that whole thing is going to be covered. And I'm just going to put it kind of on the background here, just so it looks a little less stark. Okay, that's it. I'm going to stop. Now I'm going to close my ink pad, because we know what happens with an open ink pad. We've all been there. Okay, now let me pull in my card and finish making it. So this is going to go up here, happy day, because this is going to be the day that my kids go get their Shamrock Shake. They're going to think it is definitely a happy day. So I'm going to kind of arrange it on here first. And then, oh yeah, that's going to be good. So I'm going to put this up towards that corner there. Now, if you wanted to put happy birthday, that too would fit on the same size block. All right, let's put this one down here. Yeah, I'm gonna put that one down there, and I'm gonna do, ooh, look, can you tell? I messed up. I was playing with another stamp set, and I messed up, so I kept that scrap. Funny thing about scraps, they bring you right back to where you used to be. You're like, oh, I remember that card. I messed that up. Okay, I'm going to use dimensionals on the back of this one because I want it to pop up a little bit. So I'm going to use a few dimensionals. Dimensionals are not expensive. So I say don't be cheap with them, because they make a big difference on a card. All right, so let me peel these off here, like so. And I'm just going to offset the, whoa, before I put that down, whoa, I want to put my topping on here. So this is the one that I decafed. I call it decafed. The rest of the world calls it stamping off, but I call it decaf. Okay, so that's going to go right there. I'm not worried about a straw in there because that is going to be covered up, so don't worry about that hole there. This is going to be offset, so right about up here. I'm not going to press it down until I know that fits on there. Oh, perfect. Okay, that's fine. Now, my straw. I'm going to take my straw, stick it inside, like so. Turn it over, and then I'm going to cover that, or secure it, I should say. Can you see where that's the straw is? I'm going to just put that on with the dimensional, so that's holding it right where it needs to be. And one more dimensional up there. And what the heck? One more over here. Now, I can't really fit dimensionals on the straw. I'm not worried about that. I've got enough dimensionals on this bubbling stuff on the top that I'm not really worried about that straw not being. What I should have worried about is that it goes right off the card. Okay, no worries, no worries. Let's peel this off. Rearrange. Okay, that's why it's the back of the card. That is not pretty, is it? Okay, so I'm going to put it a little more upright. There we go. Now I'm going to hold it down. Perfect. Okay. Okay, and to finish off the card, I'm just going to put a little ribbon in here. So I'm using our very versatile white, what do we call this? White crinkled seam binding ribbon. And I'm just going to tie a knot because I'm lazy. And it will fit nicely at the bottom of the card. So it's going to look pretty good down here, I think. So I'm just taking my seam binding. A little trick with this is when you get to this point, pull it sideways. Try and stick your finger in there to hold it still. And then the next time you pull it through, you're going to pull it up and down. So if you start sideways here, like this, like the letter T, and then the next time, you're just going to pull it top and bottom. Whoa, this is so loose. I didn't do a very good job here. Oh, all right, that saved itself. That's all right. Okay, and then I'm just going to trim it like this. I can see comments are coming, but I cannot see what they say. So if I'm not able to see them, I will try and answer them later online, I promise. Okay, so I'm just going to pull that down a little bit. And now, to kind of finish off the card, I'm just going to bring in some pearls. And I'm just using basic pearls, but we've got a lot of accessories. You could use nearly anything for this. And I'm just going to use my basic pearls. They come in various sizes, but I am using some old. Look at how old these are. You can tell by the logos on these how old they are. But they do come in larger and smaller ones in one package. I am going to just kind of finish this up with a few of these. So you take a big guy here, here. I usually do 3, but I think I'm going to do one up here and one right there. I don't know if that was a mistake, but it's what I did. All right, so there it is, the finish. Ooh, it's almost finished, but remember I said I didn't bind this before, and the reason I didn't bind this is because I knew I was going to put ribbon here. Once your ribbon is on there, you can go ahead and seal that. I don't mind so much seeing ribbon on the inside of a card, but there are a number of people I know who hate that. And if that is you, or you're sending that to the person who hates that, you're definitely going to want to cover it up if you can. So this is one way to cover it up. All right, so I've got that pretty much right in the middle there. Okay, so let me undo it. Thanks, Barbara. Okay, so there you go. Happy day. Shamrock Shakes are back. Okay, here is the original one I made to see how I was going to like it. And I only put one Shamrock Shake on it. I kind of like it with two. I feel like it filled in the card a little bit better. Another option would be that you could put your card this way, and then maybe one shake would be enough. I don't know. I don't know. Tell me which one you like better. And let me pull in my other one, which is where I started with this, and this is with the Rain or Shine collection. So same layout. Basically, this one actually even used the same stamp set. This one I used the whole word, happy birthday. 2 shakes. Jackie's saying 2 shakes. I agree. I agree. If you're going to have one shake, might as well have 2, right? This one here, I did use the pearls, but I used my blends to color the pearls. And I did put a layer behind the greeting piece there. But easy kind of card to put together. Here, we'll put the 2 on top. Have to see which kid gets the 2 shakes and which kid gets the 1 shake. I'll hear about it for sure. Okay, let me turn you around. I do that every time. Every time I flip over, I seem to mute myself. Oops. In any case, it was a simple card to put together, a simple idea. So think about what you could do with the collection that you already have. The Share a Milkshake. Is that the name of it? I'm sure it is. Share a Milkshake bundle. I'd get the whole bundle if I were you. You can just get the stamp set, but this one I would say if you can make a waffle cone, I would definitely get the bundle. And that is $44 currently available from Stampin' Up. We don't know if it will make the new catalog or not. I don't know. I wouldn't wait. I'd get it now if I were you. The Country Gingham paper goes terrific with it. And like I said, I did my little Shamrock Shakes, my little minty shakes. It looks really, really cute if you do it in the sweet sorbet. And now that I've actually thought through the root beer float idea, I think I'm going to go that route again. It just has a real kind of retro look to it. So think old school diner and what you might do with your shake. Vanilla shake, chocolate shake, coffee shake. It's a big thing in Rhode Island. In any case, that's it for tonight. If you are interested in anything that you saw here, please get in touch with me. If I'm not your demonstrator, please get in touch with your demonstrator. She will take good care of you, I promise. I promise. I can't really promise for them, but I'm sure she will. And if you are interested in my upcoming class, you have until Friday to sign up for the class. And that features the Rain or Shine collection. So we're going to be making 8 cards with the Rain or Shine collection. Not this one, but you'll have the supplies left that you could do this one if you have your own greeting set. All right, thanks very much for tuning in tonight, guys. I appreciate it. Please let me know if you have any questions at all. Feel free to share this with anybody that you think would be interested in it. And I will see you next Tuesday night. Oh, next Tuesday, I'm going to have a smorgasbord of Irish drink cards. That's just a little preview. All right. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next week. Bye-bye.